Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be covering a very important retest on Vechain coming up in the next few weeks and months, as well as covering some very important levels to watch out for as support and resistance. So if you are new to the channel and you want to show some support, please leave a like and subscribe. So in the next few weeks, I expect a retest of this yellow line here. This is the 200-day simple moving average. So it takes the average closing price of the last 200 days and plots it in yellow. If we go back 200 days ago, we can see how the closing price 200 days ago was around, 8 to 9 cents. So given how we are closing prices today at around 2 cents, this will continue to move down and at a pretty quick pace. So if we just extend out the 200-day simple moving average, most likely it will look something like this. And I think that, in the next few weeks, we are going to be seeing a very important retest of this 200-day simple moving average. And given how, it is declining, the longer it takes us to retest it, ultimately the lower that will correspond to. So we can see how there was a very key rejection on the 200-day simple moving average on April 1st. And following this rejection, VeChain went all the way down approximately 74% over just the following 43 days. So it was a pretty harsh rejection. We saw, it was a very, very, significant downtrend here where Bitcoin kind of led the way. But, we started to pause here and consolidate around this orange zone, which was support. But unfortunately, we lost that level. And right now we're back at this 2 to 2.5 cent range. So given how we are in the short term holding this as support, I expect most likely we will see some sort of retest of this 200-day simple moving average, and whether or not we are able to reclaim it will ultimately dictate whether or not this level here at 2 cents will hold. So if we are able to reclaim the 200-day simple moving average and hold it as support, whether that be today or in a few months, when we do that, that would be a very, very positive look for the chart, and it would be a bullish sign for me to be, excited on VeChain, because when we do have price action closing above the 200-day simple moving average, that represents an uptrend. We have support on it if there is a short-term correction, and ideally it's just kind of representing the 200-day trend is up. So that's what we want to see. And right now we're pretty far from that. But if I go all the way down to the bottom here, this indicator here is color coding the percent difference between the closing price and the 200-day simple moving average. So right now we're in the very dark blue colors, which corresponds to significant levels of extension below the 200-day simple moving average. So if I take a measured move, currently it's around 5.8 cents and we're only at 2 cents. So it's a 60% drawdown from the 200-day moving average to where we are today. And we really haven't seen this level of extension below this moving average in VeChain's history. We can look back at the March 2020 crash, and we can see how the closing price was approximately 56% above or below it, and that corresponded to this dark blue color range. We also can see how in October of 2019 we had closing prices about 50% below it, which was, still in the blue color range, but not as far dark as we are right now. So I just kind of want to direct your attention to how historically we are at some very, very low levels of underextension. And I don't think that VeChain is going to stay this far oversold forever, right? We obviously, the fact that we are oversold is pretty bearish, but considering how we've been in the blue color range for about 150 days, in my opinion, that warrants a retest at the very least of the 200-day simple moving average. So you can see how when we had closing prices exactly equal to it, it corresponded to this sort of lighter blue color where it's kind of at a neutral zone where anywhere above this is pretty bullish and anywhere below it is pretty bearish. So I would expect at the very least for VeChain to start in maybe the coming weeks and months to make its way back up to this lighter blue color range where we would have a very significant retest, and ultimately if we are able to hold and break above it, that would be great. That would be bullish. That would mean I'm overall a lot more excited on VeChain. And if we are rejecting off of it, like this rejection here on April 1st, then I would just expect a continuation of this longer term downtrend, the dominant trend where we would see, basically lower lows and price trending towards this green zone of support at 0.008. So that's the end of my VeChain analysis, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you have any comments, suggestions, or feedback, please leave those. I really do appreciate those. And as always, I will see you in the next one.